Hey guys, alright, this is the next video on the Ultimate Bug Out Bag series. So our final compartment is the giant inner compartment, and it's just one zipper. It goes all the way down each side, or I should say mostly down, about 2/3 of the way. And then we have all of our items in here. And you can kind of see I've got it as organized as best as I can, but at a certain point you do just kind of have to pack in and fill the items as you go. So we'll go through each one. Here we have another water bottle and a funnel. And again, I just use socks, old socks, to just as covers. Just a crossing plastic water bottle. This I would probably actually make my main drinking bottle, just for sitting around camp and drinking out of. Just very convenient to use. The aluminum bottle I have would probably be used for a pee bottle, like when I'm in my hammock, because you have to pee into something in the middle of the night and you don't want to get up walking through the woods to do it. So you can pee in the bottle and then just hold that, close it obviously, and you'll have warm water against you. That'll help to keep you warm too. And then you can just dump it out, rinse it out the next day. Because it's metal, you can cook that off in the fire just to kill any bacteria if you want. But that's why I'd probably use the metal one as a pee bottle and then just keep this one as my regular drinking bottle. So I think I have about 4 containers. 5 actually total in this kit for water purposes. And that funnel can be used for a number of things, particularly with the water filtration system I have. Okay, a pair of mechanics gloves, woodland camo. You'll want those in working with wood and stuff. Don't want spinners. It's a cargo style belt. A GI style. 2 packages of Kleenex. And some mesh camouflage fabric here. That can be used as like face netting. There's mosquitoes. We have a chamois, just a towel basically in a Ziploc bag. And this is a tarp and tent repair material with a sticky back. So if your tarp tears, you just stick that on there. And then a couple more towels. And again, this is just for hygiene, dishes, things like that. This is a mess kit. And it's anodized aluminum. And this is a spork and spatula / serrated knife. It's just plastic, but it works pretty good. So that covers utensils, and then this is your standard mess kit. So it's got basically a plate, a pan, and then a pot to boil with. And again, I have a carrying container just to keep things from rattling around, keep it protected. This is a stainless steel pot, or cup I should say. Boil water, cook. Another container option in addition to the mess kit. I have headlamp, and then keeping the batteries separate in a little baggie down there, 3 AA batteries, and then a scrubbing sponge. So that is my one of my flashlight options there. This pouch, we have a signal mirror, which can actually just be used for personal uses, as far as checking your body for whatever you need to use that for. But again, there's no mirrors in the woods, so that's kind of a cool thing to have. If you did need to signal, hey, that's great. Emergency space blanket, Mylar blanket. For trapping, I know we have some of the traps on the outside, but I have to put stuff somewhere. So this is a nice sealed container. This is meant for like shampoos and stuff, but I put bird seed in there. It's always good to have bait. Bird seed's great for birds and rodents. Frog gig. That's a cool tool to have if you need it. And then it's the second one of these. It's a dust mask with a bunch more snares in it. And for snares, you're going to need a lot of them, so that's why I have mini snares. 4 smoke balls. These can be used for signaling. Another cool thing they can be used for is if you get an animal you're trying to flush out of a hole, like a rabbit or something, you can throw one of these down their hole and try to smoke them out. May or may not work, but that's an option that you have. It can also be used to obscure your position if you're trying to hide from someone or escape or cause confusion. So it's just a small little item, kind of cool thing to put in there. This is a large section of bank line on some weird thing with metal rings that I found. What's this? These are spare clips for the pellet pistol. So 2 rotary clips. And then as far as the rest of this, 2 more of these containers full of pellets, various kinds. I think Crossman destroyers and then pointed domed pellets, and about 5 more CO2 cartridges. That kind of adds to our trapping and hunting capabilities there. This is a personal hygiene kit. I put about everything that you could possibly need or want as far as hygiene basics. So some dishwashing and laundry sheets that you just dissolve in water. They kind of create soap. Loofah, razor, deodorant, shampoo, shaving cream, conditioner, body soap, floss sticks, wet ones, all of the hygiene basics right there. A comb. A great pack to have. I mean, think about just this one pack and how much you can just clean your body and just totally refresh every day with that. That's really important. Weighs a little bit, takes a little bit up a little bit of space, but I think that's vital to have for health and morale. A pair of thermal socks, a pair of regular socks, camouflage t-shirt, boonie hat, which is blaze orange on the inside, pantyhose. Okay, these can be used for warmth. I know it seems weird to some people, but yes, a guy can put these on as like long johns basically. Can be used for a trap or for water filtering as well, or for cordage. So a lot of uses for just a pair of pantyhose. A shemagh. It's basically like my towel. Ton of uses on this. It can be used as a small blanket, a head covering, a whole bunch of stuff. Underwear. And then this is a heavy duty pair of cotton pants, cargo pants. Takes up a lot of space, it's heavy, bulky, but I think it's worth it to have one spare pair of clothing in your pack. If you get wet, your pants are getting dirty, say you're out for a month, 2 weeks. Instead of wearing the same pants every day, you can swap out the pants you're wearing with your spare. That's really important, especially for convenience-wise, to prevent your clothes from wearing out. So that's why I think it's worth it to have one spare pair of clothing. Now I don't have a jacket, because obviously that takes up a ton of space, but it'd be assumed if you took off into the woods, you're going to have the proper clothing needed to at least get yourself started. So I assume that you would have a jacket if you grabbed your bug out bag. If not, you're going to have a lot of problems anyways. So I did what I could to have one set of clothing. I think that's important. This is just a plastic trowel. It's a little mini shovel. It's lightweight. You can dig a hole, not like a big e-tool or anything like that, but it gives you some digging capabilities. This is a miniature survival kit. I'm going to do another video, the last video on this, and then we'll cover the other items. This is another bandana, and there are like 4 metal stakes and paracord in here. It's wrapped up in rubber bands. So this will help you get your shelter set up. This is rope, 3/8 inch thick rope for my hammock, and that's all tied up. But I have some golf club grips in here, which are basically used as tree huggers, which keep your rope from fraying and protect the tree when you set your hammock up. So these are all kind of like pre-cut, measured, so you're ready to go with your hammock. And as far as my hammock goes, I have the Eno double nest. It's a great hammock. So that combined with the rope, you've got your sleep system set up. This is kind of a cool item. It's like a gardening mat. So it's got this, neoprene underlayer, which is waterproof, and then kind of a felt exterior. And it's about, 4 foot by 4 foot. I have a lot of uses envisioned for this. There's never anywhere dry on the ground, so you can put this down, you can sit down for a second. I know it's at the bottom of the pack, so that makes it hard, but if you took this out, you could use it for that. And you could set stuff on it. In your shelter, if you're on the ground, it's a waterproof layer, and it's a little bit padded. And then also for your hammock, put this in your hammock, and it's an insulative layer of padding underneath you. So hammocks get really cold on the underside, so it can help with that. And then this big bulky item is a fleece sleeping bag. It's not the greatest, but it's something. And it compared to other normal size sleeping bag, it's about half the size and weight of even a compact sleeping bag. So that's why I have that guy in there. And combined with my fleece throw emergency blanket, that should be good enough to get you through the night at least. One last item behind the backing of the pack is the side zipper, and then I've got a camouflage 8x10 tarp. I can make a shelter out of that, or I can use that with a ridgeline over my hammock. That zips up. It also provides padding on my back so that when I have the rest of my gear in here, it's not poking through. So that's just a great place for that. And again, that's an 8x10, so that's a big tarp. Alright, so that's going to be the end of this one, guys. We'll do one last video to cover the rest, and then we should be done. Stay tuned.